What's going on, guys? CardMechanic here, and today I'm going to be teaching you a card trick that you can learn in no time. Let's do it. Now check this out. We'll start off by giving the deck a quick shuffle. Nothing too insane. Alright. And then we'll have the spectator cut it into 3 even piles. So let's just say 1 cut here and 1 cut there. Just as close as possible. Now I'll have the spectator take a look at the top card and remember it. Alright, hopefully we got that. Then we'll shuffle that into the deck somewhere, completely losing it. Now we'll come over to this pile, and I'll have another spectator, or the same spectator, give this deck a quick shuffle. Boom, take a look at the top card, and remember it. And then we'll just, boom, put all these cards back into one deck. Now this is where it gets really cool. I'll fan out these cards really quick. And check this out, this is where it gets really cool. I'll take a look at the first spectator, and I'll say that their card is... We'll say this card right here is the Jack of Hearts. And the second spectator's card is... We'll take a look. And I want to say their card is the 4 of Hearts. Alright, so breaking this trick down, there is a setup required. So the first thing you'll need is any suit. I just like to use the hearts. You can use any suit you want, and you have to organize it ace through king. And of course face down, this is going to be with the ace on top and king on the bottom. So that's the first thing you need. Just in order, organize that up. And then you're also going to need a packet of 10 random cards. And you're going to put that on top of the suit, whatever you have in order. Right, so you have this here. Now you're going to take this entire thing and put it on top of the deck. So, of course, this is a setup trick. So, I would recommend learning either a false shuffle or a couple of false cuts that you can do before getting into this trick. I just recently made a video on how to do a full deck false shuffle. So I'll put the link to that on the screen and description. Now, I'm telling you, it is a little hard to do. Simple concept, but hard to do. So I'll just put that description screen. You can check that out and do that if you want. But of course, if you don't want to do that, you could just do a couple of false cuts. I have videos on those as well, and you can check those out. So you have the deck set up, you gave the cards a shuffle, and now you're going to have the spectator cut about 1/3 of the deck. So now when the spectator is cutting the deck, you want to make sure that they're cutting into the hearts area. That's why I say cut about 1/3 of the deck, or cut it into about 2 more even, 3 equal piles. So they cut about 1/3 here. And you can see, as whenever they cut the 1/3, I'm always landing on hearts, right? So they cut 1/3 of the deck. They place one packet on one side. They place the other packet on the other side. Now, the second packet, you want them to take a look at the top card. In this case, it happens to be the Jack of Hearts again. You want them to take a look at this card, remember it. You could do this with 1 or 2 spectators. Remember that card, and they can shuffle it however they want into this deck here. Now, if you have a second spectator, you can allow them to shuffle this packet. But remember that this packet, they looked at the top card first, then shuffled. Here, they're going to shuffle and then look at the top card, right? So I have them shuffle as much as they want. Go wild. Yep, there we go. Just go crazy, whatever they want to do. And then take a look and remember that top card. Right, so now that that is done, one thing I did not do in my performance, I usually shuffle up the middle deck as well. Although it really doesn't matter, I just shuffle it up myself because, one spectator shuffled one thing, the other spectator shuffled another thing. I might as well shuffle up something as well. So I shuffle it up. Alright, and we're good to go. So now from here, the way you're going to pick it up is the middle packet first. You put that on top of the bottom packet, and you put this whole thing on top of the top packet. So that's how you have it set up like this. And now what you're going to tell the spectator is that you're going to fan out all these cards like this. Not the best fan, let me do that again. Right, so you're going to spread out all these cards like this. Okay, so now you know that one of the spectators' card is in the top third, the other spectator's card is in the bottom third. So for the first spectator, you go towards the top of the deck and you search for their card. Now, at this point, you don't really know what their card is, but the one thing you do know, that it is going to be the smallest heart in this third. So you go through this third and look for the smallest heart. In this case, we have a Queen of Hearts here, we have a Jack of Hearts here, and a King of Hearts here, and those are all the hearts that we have in this third. So, as we see, the Jack of Hearts is the smallest heart. So boom, you pull that right out, and you find the first spectator's card. Now, finding the second spectator's card does take a bit more effort because, okay, so you know the value of a Jack is 11, right? So the cards range from Ace, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jack is 11, Queen is 12, King is 13. So you're going to look at the value of this card, which is 11, and you're going to add the number 9 to it, right? So that means 11 plus 9 is 20. Yeah. So now you're going to come over to this third, and you're going to try to read the spectator's mind here as well as you put your hand through it. But what you're actually going to be doing is you want to be counting 20 cards down, right? So now if we actually count the cards down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, we see that we actually have the card, the 5 of diamonds. Now, of course, you don't want to count that in front of the spectator. So what I do is I pretend to read their mind. I focus on concentrating with my brain power. And then I'm just going through the cards like this, and I'm counting in chunks of 5. So I'm going 5, 10, 15, 20, and I know the 20th card here is going to be their card. So I go like this, boom, find that 20th card, pull that out, and the spectator will be amazed. Now, just a couple of concerns that I want to address is that if the pack isn't split evenly, like for example, we start off in the beginning. Let me set back up. All right, so I have it set back up again with Ace through King and 10 cards on top. Now, a couple of problems that you may run into is you have like some people just trying to be funny. If you say cut about a third, they cut like that much. So you want to make sure you control the spectator and telling them to cut about a third. If they cut too much, tell them that that's not a third. You could either make a joke out of it, or you could say, I need you to cut a little less than that. So most people are very understanding, so they cut about a third, right? And now the one concern that may happen is when you saw when I was just doing the tutorial and the performance that I cut at the Jack of Hearts, where the Jack of Hearts was on top here, and there wasn't really an even spread of hearts or distribution of hearts in this pile and this pile. So there's going to be times where I'm sure if you look back when I spread the cards out, you saw a huge chunk of hearts right here. So that may be a concern for some people. From the performances that I've done, no one has really questioned or noticed it. So just don't worry too much about it. But of course, if you have a split where it's like a king here and like ace through queen here, that's definitely going to be a concern. So just make sure the spectators shuffle up, their halves when they're, doing the shuffling during the performance. So just make sure those halves are thoroughly shuffled. And I think the last concern would just be, since this is a setup card trick, a lot of times spectators want to shuffle up the cards. Don't let them. Just get into the trick before they even have the opportunity, because that's pretty much what I do. If I'm doing any kind of setup card trick, I pretty much control the audience and just say that I'm going to give the deck a shuffle, and then I shuffle it right in front of their eyes, and they're usually all fine with it, or I give it a couple of cuts in front of their eyes, and they're generally fine with it. If they do ask to shuffle, then I just get into the trick where they're involved anyway, so they'll just continue on following the instructions, right? And that's pretty much all I have for you. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go check out my Patreon page to help support my channel, because support really means a lot to me. So I'll put the link to that in the description, and also in the description is a link to all my social media, so you can follow me on there for my photos, videos, status updates, and all that kind of good stuff. So all that being said, I will see you in my next video. Oh wow, you guys are still here. I need to start leaving some prizes or something, because why else would you stay here this long? But in the meantime, like, share, subscribe, because if you do, you are awesome. Thanks for watching.